Hello YouTube fam, how y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, the channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. So, the government is talking about cutting off EBT starting November 1st. And, a lot of people are going to be left without, a way to buy food and other things like that. And with the food pantry, there's another thing on that. But, let's go here. There are TikTokers out there saying that, hey, Walmart said it's okay for you to come, it's on them, fill up your cart, bring a friend, and they fill up their cart, and you can just leave right out the door with the stuff. This happens November 1st, we're left without EBT, so Walmart is stepping up. And I'm going to tell you something. I said, boy, this is some bullshit. Walmart has nothing to do with the federal government or the government at all. You're talking about looting them, making them take an L because you feel some kind of way. So Walmart said, hey, if this is what's about to happen, we're going to close our stores starting November 1st and reopen them in January. They said you could order online and the employees will bring out your order. It may take a minute, lines may be long, but that's what we're going to do. The only people that's coming inside our store are employees. Do I understand where Walmart is coming from? Hell yeah. You know what? You got people who's living on this shit, not trying to get a job. Now, the government is talking about putting like you have to work 80 hours a month of like some sort of community service or, and in order to get your stamps or, your EBT, your link card, or however you want to call it. And people are out there up in arms talking about how I'm going to take care of my kids. And I'm like, why the hell would you have all those kids if you have no way to take care of them? Why would you constantly have kids? Bro, I'm looking at this like, hell, people done back their damn self in a corner and they looking for somebody else to bail them out. It ain't no damn body job to bail you out of your shit. And I'm being honest, there are people on Link, EBT, who need it. There are disabled people who are truly disabled and cannot do a damn thing. I understand them. But able-bodied people, I don't understand that. I don't understand how, if I needed it, they wouldn't give it to me. I'm an able-bodied man. But I see people who get out of prison and they get EBT real quick. I see people who are not even coming out of prison. Guys get EBT. I'm like, damn, I paid into the system, and now that I had needed it at one point in time, they were telling me, no, you can go find a job. And I'm like, oh, this is what we doing here. Dude, this is what I'm talking about. This shit is all effed up. Yes, it needs reform. And what they're talking about with the food pantry, because you got a lot of people who are buying, regular shit, Monday through Fridays, from wherever they're doing it from. And they come in and saying, hey, look, they work a 9-to-5 job. They get food stamps, which is EBT. And they want to go to the food pantry to get food too. Now what the food pantry is saying, we're going to require people to come in with like proof of like, of a hardship. And can you blame them? You're taking food out of people's mouth and you don't even need it. You constantly taking and taking and taking and not giving shit back. You got to pour back into the system. If all you doing is taking, people going to get tired. And this one, I can't blame on the Republicans, Democrats, or any damn body. Dude, this was bound to happen. I remember people used to get EBT cash back in the day. And this was just a hell of a thing. People were getting, you had people called welfare queens and, and all of that stuff. They were black, white, Hispanic, Asian. They were in all colors of the rainbow, bro. The shit was real back then. And it still is now. There are a ton of nationalities, on this. People who come to this country, they have a kid, and, they apply for all of these SNAP benefits and every damn thing else, and they give it to them. Now, the president talking about, we ain't giving you nothing. You got to pay into the damn system in order to get from the system. Is that a bad thing? No. You know, the food pantry's asking for, some information, uh, about your status as employed or unemployed. They got every right to. Oh man, that's an invasion of privacy. No, it's not. You over there begging. They can ask you what the hell they want to ask you when it comes to what they got to offer, man. It's too much. Dude, I'm sitting here just thinking, there's a lot going on here. And a lot of the stores saying we're not going for, this looting thing. Because, you had a lot of people doing, going to food places, snatching and grabbing. That's throughout this damn country right now. Because people feel that, hey, somebody gonna pay for this. Dude, people are like, hey, look, you get caught, you going to jail. And people are like, why should I go to jail? I'm hungry. Bro, there's a lot of people out here hungry. But I'm going to say this. You building a $22 million ballroom on the side of the damn White House. You tearing half of the White House down to put a ballroom. Allegedly. Because, see, when your tan is down, $22 million to do a ballroom, dude, I start asking other questions because that money is a lot of money for a damn ballroom. 22 million? Ask yourself, what are they about to do? And see, this is the thing that you look at. Here in Chicago, we have a public transportation system. Right now, that needs to be funded. The federal government talking about we're not giving you any money for it anymore. So they're talking about, in order to keep this going, we got to cut services. We got to cut some trains. We got to cut some buses. We got to just get rid of a lot of stuff, lay off people and every damn thing. So everywhere you look, somebody's losing their damn job. And no, this is not me over here just, fanning the fire. No, this shit is really happening. People out here frustrated. People out here talking about looting stores. And the stores are responding. They're like, look, we got police presence. You bring your ass in here, you don't get a bullet in the ass. And people are like, wait, that's not constitutional. Yes, it is. You trying to steal somebody's shit. They got, the right to defend their property, bro. You just can't go anywhere. See, this is what's happening. A lot of people been getting slaps on the wrist. When they were committing crime here in Chicago, all those snatching grabs and all of that, underage people were doing this. And the thing was, they didn't want to put underage people in jail. They figured, it would be really, really bad. But what's happening right now is a lot of people are not paying attention to any damn thing. And I think right now we need to step up and really call this for what it is. Man, right now, this shit is maddening. It's crazy. People are feeling entitled. They feel that they should have everything everybody else got. Regardless if these people don't work their ass off to get it. You feel you should have it without even having to work for it. What type of nonsense is that? Who's teaching this garbage? Who's teaching you should have everything somebody else have without working for it? Do you know everything that I have, I gotta work for it. Nobody giving me nothing for free. There are people that donate to this channel, and I'm so happy about that. But beyond that, I don't see too many people just giving stuff. You get what I mean? I want you to keep this in mind. I understand everybody out here needs food, but I'm going to say this. We are sending money overseas, to, fund a better way of life for other countries. But the damn country here needs a lot of damn help, bro. Man, it's crazy as hell. I'm trying to make sense out of this, man. It ain't making no damn sense. And dude, I'm just saying, why should we tolerate this, man? I'm tired, frustrated. I'm angry, man. I'm sitting here thinking like they playing with us, man. We grown men and, and women out here, man. We should have our shit together. We shouldn't be talking about stealing stuff from people in order to make stuff work. Make it make sense. Stuff haven't made sense in so long, man. I'm just kind of confused. But see, these are just my thoughts, man, because sometimes stuff just don't work the way you want it to. But to later, fam, thank you for watching. Peace out.